Here
Well,
we go. We're not.
hello. Welcome to a very special Triple D live stream. Hiatus. We're not late.
We're not. I was just gonna say that.
It doesn't start till we get here anyway. So
That's true.
we can never be late by definition. We
Hmm.
can only be on time.
That's right. Anyway, what I was saying before we got on here was, what the hell's with Bluetooth? I
Well,
mean, I got these. You know, I got these beautiful. I got other Bluetooth stuff. I got these beautiful earbuds here. Okay,
right?
that I use. I have a phone, a tablet, a a desktop computer, and possibly, well, I don't use the laptop anymore. But the point is, I can only link these to one thing at a time.
Oh, it can't be. Oh,
Every time I try to say I got my phone hooked up and I try to link to this computer, oh no, we can't see it, it's not connected. Then I turn my phone off, then it works.
oh yeah, because it's already made that single connection. I
Well,
understand that.
can't they do multiple connections?
Not at
I mean,
one
I'm
time, because then
what?
you'd have because you could theoretically then have sound coming from two different devices at once. You see?
I need something a little more versatile. I mean, turn my phone off, then I don't have it in my phone in my car. I got my Bluetooth in
Okay.
my car. But yeah, hey Dave, I thought that was kind of a pain in the ass. So
Yeah, I got you. Parasocial, welcome. COS Crafts. Theatis, we already responded to it. Claimed that we're late.
so when I use my iPad now, I got to turn the phone off and uh, anyway. Um,
Yeah.
I mean my yeah. I get confused between Bluetooth and wireless because like my my
Keyboard.
trackball and my
Ah,
keyboard are both wireless and they have the dongle,
okay.
but Bluetooth is dongleless, I guess, or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
that
that.
built-in the thing that
It's
they
the thing
call.
with the thing with the thing.
Yeah, that you turn it on, what do they call it? Bluetooth? It's neither blue nor a tooth.
Red Rock cider. It's not red. There's no rocks in it. That's for David. That's an old British commercial. Have you ever seen
Uh,
those on YouTube?
what? Don't
Um,
bridge commercials? No.
Red Rock cider.
No.
There's a series of like three or four commercials back in the 90s, I think it is, or the 2000s, that they basically made 1 minute commercials of Police Squad, and they got Leslie Nielsen to do.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what they call it, Cider Squad or something like that. But it's like 30 seconds of Zucker Brothers. It's like he was still doing it. They're hilarious. Um, yeah, they're really funny. You know, Red Rock cider. Just type in Red Rock cider Leslie Nielsen or something like that, and they'll come up. But anyway,
Yeah. COS
Cider
says,
Squad.
COS says we won't allow phones at the game table. I gave up on that. I mostly run at conventions. What am I going to do? Tell people that leave your phone in your room. Check
No,
check
no,
your
can't
phone in
do
the
it.
desk. No, I can't do that to people.
No, can't do it. Can't do it. Mainly because
You
my
use
players will have either their phone or a tablet with the rules book, the rule
yeah,
book.
a lot of that too. Forget
That's how they create characters. That's how the mages look their spells up. You know. So what are you going to do? You know.
Parasocial. Remember when we hunted woolly mammoth with sharpened sticks? Now we complain about Bluetooth connections. Hey, maybe those woolly mammoths had Bluetooth, and we had to remove them.
It was
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's human nature to complain. So, so what are
Oh,
you going to do?
Justin D, thank you for starting in via Rumble. I do really appreciate it. I happen to really like Rumble. I don't put up a lot of the regular episodes, just the live streams on Rumble at this point, because the audience usually simply isn't there, but we can get it up a bit. Uh,
Don't talk about getting it up.
ooh, and
Ooh.
as an aside, like listen, and when we get super chats, awesome, love it. YouTube super chat, it's great, but YouTube takes 30% of that. They're like drive through. They got to take Caesar's cut. Rumble passes all those funds on to the actual channel. They don't hold back, so it's pretty good. I gotta say.
Well, yeah. Okay. What's Rumble? Is that another
It's
one of these?
Rumble is it's a YouTube competitor alternative. They are less censored, a bit more free speech ish.
I should
So,
make a channel on there and do some
you
video
can.
stuff. I should.
Yes,
Um,
COS. Yes,
I
we
mean,
I'm too.
I'm so behind on this stuff. Rumble. What was that? The one they keep advertising on Facebook? Threads. That's it.
Oh, hey, don't forget to use Threads or Instagram. Is it Instagram Threads? I guess I don't know.
Every time it's like a story you start reading said read more. You click on it, and all of a sudden you're looking at an
Well,
app they want you to download.
yeah, it's like, yeah, do I really want this? I'll tell you this. Thank you for the smile. Render unto YouTube that which is YouTube's, and render unto Watsy that which is Watsy's.
Or as a wise man once said, "He who filters your good name steals trash."
Oh, that's a deep one. I gotta say.
Well, my stuff goes pretty deep. That's
Oh
a
yes,
bastardization of a Shakespeare line from Laurel and Hardy.
yes,
Blue
blue
hair.
hair, otherwise known as blue
No,
sky.
no, no. The blue hairs are over on MeWe.
Quite possibly. Although actually, you know, the problem with MeWe it isn't the politics. I don't have much politics at all in my feed, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with MeWe is that it is a vast expanse of nothingness.
Yeah,
Um, which is a damn shame.
I don't think we're ever going to get a replacement for Google Hangouts or Google Plus. Doesn't
So
seem like it anyway. That's
yeah,
why we're here.
it's what we do, Raggy. Okay,
Right.
Ruby. Ruby Roo. So I actually did a video earlier today on an N world column, not just a post, not just a thread.
Oh,
This was actually a column
okay.
on how to cope when your game gets canceled.
What do you mean?
Gee, Joe's not going to be able to run the game this week. I know it's it's emotionally challenging for you. How are you going to handle it? What are you going to do to cope with your game being? You're so disappointed. What are you
Go
going to
play a
do?
card game. Go play a board game. Don't go have a drink. That's what I
Socialize
do.
with your fucking family. It's like holy crap.
Yeah.
How sheltered are people that they can't? It said for you've been waiting all week for this game and now it ain't happening because Joe the lawyer is stuck at work on overtime. He won't be able to make it, so the game got canceled.
So
What
you
the
try
heck?
next time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like holy shit. How do you cope with it? The article was. I almost when I first started reading it, I was like, you know what? This has to be parody, and then I realized it wasn't parody.
Really.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
smacks of how do you handle your character's death?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. It is a society that is built upon, oh God, echo chambers, safe spaces. Everybody gets a trophy. You never had a moment of adversity, or nobody's ever told you no.
Yeah. Dave brings up a good point. He said, never cancel a game because one guy can't make it. That's his problem. Well, yeah. My groups, it's more like a certain percentage of people have to not be able to make it, or the GM has a conflict, which
Right.
causes the game to be canceled. Because if you have a group of like four players plus the DM, and two of them can't make it, you could possibly still get it. But if the third one drops, okay, next week.
Right. I mean, when I was in my old gaming group, my high school college group, the
Mhm.
unofficial rule was, and we were pretty religious about showing off, but if we were short, if the group wasn't a full wasn't a full group, which happened, right? What would we do? Well, because it was, D&D was the thing for us, what we would do is literally go, okay, well, this week, those of us that showed up will play something different. We're going to play Chaos Marauders. We're going to play Blood Bowl. We'll do Risk. We'll do Amoeba Wars. We're going to do anything else so we can enjoy our socialization time with each other and not destroy the entertainment, but at the same time, we're playing once a week, whatever. We don't want to move
Mhm.
on without the full group. That's fine, you know. But you don't have to do this whole. Oh, how do you cope? Do you have to like read like gaming material that would have been applicable? I mean, we know it's such a letdown for you, dude. It's part of fucking life. Have you never had anything canceled on you? I mean, oh my
You're getting
god.
these kids. Well, you're getting these new kids who come in from who are hitting adulthood, and their lives start getting complicated, and they
Uh,
never had to deal with that before. At least in this case, like, what do you mean I got to work overtime? I got my regular game. Sorry. Um, there is a problem though with that. Um, have you ever GM'd a campaign where it's crucial to have, I'm not going to say a certain player characters there, but a certain number of player characters there?
okay.
Otherwise, everybody dies or something
Yeah.
like that. I've been in that position before. I've had people double up on characters, people who can't make it. Of course, I'm always one who goes, I only want to play one character. Thank you. Um, Matt's Thursday game had a rule
Uh-huh.
that was, you want somebody else to play your character, or do you want them to just sit this out?
Okay.
Here's the choices. You can either sit it out, and your player character will be along with the party, but they don't do anything.
Right.
You will
Doesn't
not get any
invisible.
you will not get any experience. But if you want somebody to play your character, they could die,
Right.
and that's the choice he gave them. And I think that's pretty fair.
You know, I I always look at it as um what is the purpose of the group that you're running? Again, if you know that, listen, if the GM cancels, right, you've got no game for that week. That's fine. That's not earth ending. It's like, oh, you've been so psyched for it, and now the game isn't there. Yeah, I've been psyched for other stuff that never happened or got canceled, and that's part of life. Disappointment is part of life. To write an article on how to cope with it. Let me see if I can give you some examples. Uh, Missing a game is rough because tabletop play typically lasts several hours. You may find yourself with more time on your hands than you anticipated. I know I experienced restlessness and struggle doing something else after I plan for the game. Oh my! Beyond a disruption, RPGs provide a vital social outlet, potentially
I
the
had a.
only one for busy adults. The
Mhm.
cancellation can disrupt these social connections, leading to feelings of isolation and loneliness, especially if the game is the only time you get to see your friends. I'm
Then you
sorry.
play something else. You play a board game. You play a card
Right,
game. Your friends are right there. What's the problem?
right. I
Or
mean,
the
I've
ones who
even done
show
it.
up are there.
Listen, we've even done it in the past. It's like, all right, well, we have no game, but everybody still logs in. And for an hour, we do that 30, 40, 50 minutes of bullshitting that we do as the game warm up just to catch up with everybody.
That's right.
It isn't the end of the world. And for them to devote an article at N-Word on this is
When
such
my
a.
Mon- when
What's
my
up?
Monday game met face to face, there are two times when we couldn't run that I had a better time playing something else. One,
Okay.
I brought Robo Rally, and
That's a
that's
fun
always
one.
fun.
Yep.
And then another time, Jimbo pulls out Cards Against Humanity.
Mm.
That's a fun game. That is a big old fun game. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, we've done that. Matt, when he hasn't calling somebody like me and say, "Hey, I can run something," he'd haul out Hero Quest,
Okay.
and we'd play that.
Dave, one GM was in hospital for surgery. We played at his hospital bed the night before his surgery.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Did he make it?
I hope so. If not, he went out with a bang.
By the way, unrelated topic. Did
Yeah.
you ever find that blackberry Dr. Pepper where you are?
Where did I see it? I saw it and I thought of you. Where the heck were Rach and I? We saw it, but I didn't see the zero, so I didn't pick it up. It was at the
Well, that's
register
the
at a
trouble.
supermarket.
I picked it up at the store today, a 12-pack, and found out I grabbed the zero sugar. And
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, damn it, I'm still going to drink it.
Yeah. How
But
was it?
yeah, try it. It's really good.
Okay.
Uh, it might, it might, switch me over to zero sugar stuff. Who knows? I don't know. Never know. Never know. Did I tell you I joined a gym?
You did, and that's exciting.
Steel Monkey Gym.
Steeler
It's
Monkey Jim.
Steel Monkey Gym. It's in town here. I liked it because it's one of those mom and pop gyms.
Okay.
Because I didn't want it. I didn't want to get into another possible contract or anything with any kind of chain. And I wanted to, and
Okay.
I wanted to support, local business.
Right.
And it's pretty good. And not only this one, but all the gyms around here are 24/7. I
Really?
mean, I could after this show, I could go down there and work out if I wanted. It's
Okay.
only
That's not
staffed at
bad.
certain hours, but yeah, and it's a really nice gym. What am I paying? Like $40 a month,
Okay.
something like that. I mean, they're a work in progress. I mean, the back part they're still working on stuff because they just moved, but yeah, it's a really nice gym, and I'm and it's like less than 5 minutes, like a 2 minute, a 1 to 2 minute drive from my house. That's what I was looking for. That's part of the reason why I tend to fail at those big gyms. It's like I got to go all the way over to the other side of town to go to the gym.
Oh, whatever motivates you, man. That's awesome. That's the way it should
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I'm setting it up for like Monday, Wednesday. I said, look, I do Radio Grognard Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Why don't I just go to the gym those days too? Okay, no problem.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Very-
we know you will go after the show. Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
You will go. You will
Aren't you?
entertain.
Aren't you? I was going to ask you. Aren't you guys part of a gym or anything?
No.
You're not. Oh,
No,
I thought.
Rach has a weekly workout with a friend of ours. Uh, Alice out on the West Coast. And then we have the treadmill. She has her suspension trainer. So we have what we need at the house for the most part. So I mean, and Rach is very good at self motivating. I give her a lot of credit.
Well, that's good. Good.
I'm not always.
That time somebody is around here.
Yeah, I'm not always such as good as such.
Yeah. Well, you're always talking about gamers' health, gamers' health, gamers' health. So I thought I'd throw that in there about the gym.
Yeah.
I still eat junk and stuff, but I'm hoping that'll change too. Yeah, I go in the morning about like 9 o'clock, get in an hour, you know.
Okay. Oh, shit. Glenn, that's good.
We'll see how long that lasts. I have high hopes for this one.
Listen, the fact that you're doing it is already a good sign. I find it's easier to control what I eat than it is to motivate me to work out.
Okay, well, you do you know.
Yeah.
I told her it was 40 a month. She said, "It's that expensive?" I said, 40 a month? Come on.
$10 a week. That's
$10. Well, she's looking at these chains like 10 Gym where it's $10 a month. I said, yeah, that's $10 a month to get you in the door.
Right.
Then they start, do you want to do this more? You want the cardio?
Yeah. You actually want to use the equipment. Wait. You want to use the equipment?
I mean, they have classes you can sign up for, other things. They got like, what's that called? Spin something or other.
Oh, spin.
Yeah, I think they sign up for that. But they've got like tanning beds back there. They got the things that work your back. They got they got enough for me. What they could use. I mean, they're still building it. What they could use is like a locker room. But for now, I can go to the bathroom and change my clothes.
Again,
I think they're working on that. I mean, when I came in to sign up, I talked to the owner last time I was there. I says, is Heather around? She says, no, she's in the back talking about somebody from the city, from the town, trying to get the plumbing and stuff all, signed off and everything. Okay, whatever. You guys are working it. So
$150 a day is not bad to get your health in a better position.
I mean, the other place, we had like an Anytime Fitness there, and it's like the way they were giving me the plans, and the other place, they just, it sounds like you want me to sign a contract. I see a 6-month and 12-month on here and 24-month. Guess what? I don't want to sign a contract. I just want to work out.
I don't like the contract.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they make their money, because
that's how they make the money on the contract.
You sign up for it. Look, it's much cheaper if you go for 24 months. We know you won't show up again in 24 days, but don't worry, you'll be paying for the full 24 months. Don't worry about it.
First one I went around here was called All American Fitness, which is now called 10 Gym. And I swear to God, I think we paid them for 7 years of not going. Only because I didn't want to go that far. But this is all part of getting my butt out of the house for a while.
It's all a win-win.
Even if I try to get my butt out, even if I just go to the grocery store,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm away from this thing for a while.
Again, anyway. It's a win-win.
Hey, yeah. And I'm doing my show, and it's not near my show, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, it's a win-win.
So folks, the reason why we are on a very special Monday Night edition is because Glenn is in a show.
Yes, I am.
He is.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you a picture of the theater which I'm doing a show in.
Okay.
Since I can. There we go. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, oh no, Mr. Bill! I'm sorry, I'm showing my age.
Are you?
Mr. Bill is something that the newer generation don't really know about.
That's, you're right. Where the butt goes, so goes Glenn. Yeah, that's me. Here you go. That's the outside of the theater I'm going to be performing in. The Washita
Oh,
Theater. I mean, I may not like well, I'm doing the show. Let's just say I'm doing the show, but I really like being in that theater. It's an old movie
okay.
house they converted.
Very cool.
Too bad they don't have the balcony anymore. That's all for like storage, and that's why they do the lights and sound and everything.
Okay.
I've been up there. It's nice. It's a great view, but it's like I look at that and go, "Can we run movies in here too?"
No. Too low class.
No, we're doing it. It's called How the West Was Done. It's an old melodrama with 2/3 of the cast are kids, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
think we even got a 11-year-old in there somewhere. And
Very cool.
yeah, it's a nice place. I mean, you go from this, like, it's not the next show, but like the third show is The Elephant Man. Let's go from a melodrama to The Elephant Man.
The Elephant Man. I remember. I vaguely remember the movie. I don't.
I
I've
remember the movie.
you know.
I remember the movie. Oh, yeah.
Glenn, you remember every movie.
Had a local cinema. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this isn't one of those big palaces or anything, but it's a good sized theater and it's got, the decorations on the side. And, you know, it's one of those things where you go, don't touch it. Just, you know, you got a stage, you took the screen down, fine. Don't touch anything else.
Don't
So,
touch nothing.
don't touch nothing. I'm going to get some of these kids into D&D too. Anyway, that's ulterior motive.
Oh, never. Glenn having ulterior motive? You wouldn't. I would never guess. Why would you have such?
How do you search Discord servers? Well,
They'll figure it out.
okay.
Fugly Invasion Tower Press.
And that's
They'll
another thing I like. If I want to, aside from Bluetooth, I wanted to complain about that too. Discord, I was gonna do some. I was gonna a while back. I was gonna use Owlbear Rodeo for some online
right.
playing, but the one downside of Owlbear Rodeo is there's no audio component. There's no video, no audio. I don't care about the video. I just like so
Right.
we'd have to go on Discord. I already made a server up there, but I have to. Well, I really shouldn't complain about it, but you have to invite every single person you want to play.
Oh, okay.
Send them an invite and stuff. And like yesterday, trying to get Mike on, and it's like, okay, he has to friend me first. Then I have to send him. And why does he have to friend? I mean, what? These places like this, like YouTube and this place, they
Right.
just seem like they complicate things too much. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Discord, if you send somebody an invite, like I have public invites for
Yeah.
the Tavern's Discord server, they don't have to friend me. They just they join, and then I gotta give them
Because
a
full
role.
on gamer ended up getting Mike on, but he couldn't see Mike because Mike was private, I guess. I had
Oh.
to send him who is he on Discord? He's this guy. Well, I can't find him on Discord, so he has to friend me or something like that. And it's
Okay,
like,
that's an issue I don't know about. I mean, I like Discord
I like Discord too.
because it's a rolling chat forum. It's nice.
Mhm.
I would love it if Discord also had something that was more forum like attached to it,
That would be
so
nice.
you could have discussions that were threaded like that, but yeah, they don't do that. So it ain't part of what you get.
I
So
don't want to. What do you mean, Fugly? I don't want no friends. I got more friends than I can shake my stick at. My stick at.
he's saying you don't want no Discord. You don't want no Discord friends, man.
Oh Lord, I've got more than you know.
Yeah, man.
I just add the DM philosophers Discord stuff on there. I'm constantly getting notices on there.
Oh, that's the first thing I do when I join a Discord server is turn off all notifications that aren't direct mentions. So unless you directly mention me, I don't get it.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Skeeter, Discord does not blow. It is useful for a lot of
It
things.
sucks.
Ah,
No.
does it blow? Does it suck? It's a bit of both. I do a Discord hangout every Thursday night after
He does.
the
Sometimes
live
I'm there.
stream. Yeah, after the live stream that I do with Don and Tom, and it's a great way to get to meet people from the taverns community from across the pond, like Dave and Anan, our Irishman, and people across the world. Actually, we have
Yeah.
a Ukrainian that pops in on occasion. So I like it. Is it perfect? No, far
I
from
don't think there is
perfect.
a perfect. Okay, Skeeter, what do you use?
Skeeter uses nothing. He's antisocial.
Oh, okay.
Just checking. We'll see if Skeeter was listening when I get a response or not.
Yeah.
If I don't get a response, he just popped in to troll and walk off. If we get a response, then I
True.
know he's got his Irish up or his English up, and he's ready to be fighting.
He's ready to. Let's go.
You know,
Let's go.
he'll take that raccoon out in the back of the hotel and give it a good whooping.
That's right.
Or
Do you
something.
object when DMs take your character sheets when your character dies?
No.
I do. It's like those are good stats.
You know,
Let me
character sheet.
These
My
are good
character
stats. I
sheet,
can rewrite a character and put it with these
you
stats.
can do whatever you want. Peter, I try not to social media as much as possible. Fair enough.
All right, that's fine.
No, I don't take anybody's character sheets. That's theirs, man. That's
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Hey, hey, my character may be dead, but I put the blood, sweat, and tears in this.
You know, I'm not giving it to the DM. They can reincarnate that character as an NPC down the line. I don't care, but not using my character sheet, which is mine.
I kind of know why, especially with Matt. I kind of know why.
Okay.
They don't want you to use those stats anymore for anything. You got to roll them up fresh. You know what I mean?
I guess.
But hey, and also I look at it as like NPC fodder. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So Fugly says Discord is annoying in how it connects sometimes. Doesn't like my VPN. Nor will the app run natively on my computer. Fugly, something tells me you're not using a normal operating system. I'm not saying, just saying.
Well, maybe he is. But yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, something like Linux might be a problem. Which means you have to run it on the browser.
Theater, the chat is slow as fuck. Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's not saying voice chat. The text chat, it probably is. There's a few people I text chat with throughout the week. We have conversations, but it's always I walk away from my computer or my phone. I come back, I answer. Fugly, it's not normal because you're not normal, but you're ours. So we love you just as you are. So, Skeeter goes, I keep old character sheets. I've used them again in other games.
There you go.
But he keeps his own old character sheets. He's not taking others.
Yeah, That's what I assumed he was.
I've never known a GM to take a character sheet from a player, other than make a copy of it.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't either. But I always hear the story of, "Give me your sheet, give me your sheet."
If somebody wants my sheet, listen. If it's a convention game, have at it. But if I created the character, that's my pencil on the sheet.
It's mine.
Those
I
are my
copyrighted that.
You're not. You get it out of my dead grubby hands, you motherfucker.
You moron.
You frazzin' son of a bitch. Come on.
Yeah. But
but
like you said, I have never seen anybody do that either.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
So have
I think it's just the the urban legends around giving. I take their character sheets and then I burn them in front of them and go, you can't even be resurrected because your character is burned.
Yeah, it's a urban legend, kind of like Mr. Poop Pants and things like that. You never heard of Mr. Poop Pants?
No, Glenn. I'm afraid to ask. So,
well, this goes way back, like Ian World way back, or Nutkinland way back.
And when you're saying Ian World way back, are we talking like Eric Noah era of Ian World? Okay, I want to.
Somewhere between Eric Noah and can't remember the other guy. But there was a story at one time. This is kind of comparable to some guy who gamed with a Brazilian hit squad or something like that abroad or something.
Okay.
But a story about a large neckbeard guy who gamed so much that he would not leave the table to go to the bathroom and just do it in his pants.
Poop his pants.
Yeah.
That's devotion to the game.
That is obsession of the game that I don't need.
Listen, it'll be fine with the, excuse me, I have a urge of personal necessity, and I will need exactly 5.5 minutes to take care of my necessity.
I've heard guys who wear Depends at the table.
I've heard of video gamers doing such stuff. I don't believe I've ever met one. Fogley, gosh.
Thank you, Fogley.
Yeah, yes, Peter. He was there with the old magic, the shit magic. I can
see that's even more stupid for video games because you can pause them, or unless you're talking about like the MUDs or something like that.
Well, we're talking about MMOs.
MMOs, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a raid. You got to do your stuff. You've got the shits. Guess what? You're gonna shit your chair because you can't get up. It's like you're good luck.
Hey, are you gonna put that protection spell up from the bathroom?
All right.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
So a guy at a game store wouldn't leave the Magic 20 to use the restroom. Crapped himself, put his hand on his back, pulled it back, smelled it, and wiped it on his shirt.
Hey, are we demonetized yet?
We're working on it. Okay. But don't worry, you can, even if we're demonetized, you can still give us chat. You can still put money in the tip jar.
What is that thing called? A Rule 32?
Rule 32?
Yeah, or 52 or something like that. Something about anything is a kink for somebody or something, or first thing I thought of when Fugly said excrementimancers.
Excrementimancers unite. That's the class, okay? That's the new. I'm an excremancer.
Well, that's never
Excrement.
good. That's never going to show up at my table.
Wait. We got a shit master? No, we got a shit mancer. A shithole mancer. That's what you got. So
I got this bad vision of a guy bending over a piece of horse pucky in the road. Rise, rise.
You know what I always look for in my dungeons? I look for the excrement. The what? You know, the guano. The what? Yeah, the shit, man. I look for the shit so I can bring them back.
Guanomancer sounds better.
Guanomancer. Yes, I got a guanomancer. And my guanomancer has golems made out of guano.
Yes,
Ooh.
we've got a monkey that throws. Yeah, okay.
Monkey. Hard nope. Wait, you got hit by the guano golem. Hit.
Oh gosh.
Roll a save.
Oh boy.
Oh, you wiped. Okay, you're good. Never mind.
Notice how I'm letting him go on with this, folks.
Oh. Okay, sure. You blame me and not like Fugly. By the way, Glenn, Fugly's going to be at next North Texas. So. We're gonna have
does that mean he automatically gets into my Gangbusters game?
Probably he should.
I guess it does.
I guess it does.
I'm hoping to get full on gamer there, even if he has to take his friggin' truck.
Yes, Fugly, poop golems, but they gotta be guano golems.
You know, if I get too drunk to go up to the room, I'm just going to knock on his cab door. Hey, can I come in here and sleep some more?
Do you mind if I get sick on your door?
I just want to sleep. Okay.
I just want to sleep. It's all
and now I'm thinking, dreaming of poop golem. No, if this ends up in my dreams tonight, I'm going to blame you guys. I'm going to blame Fugly.
There you go. Fugly, it's all your fault.
There
you brought up the extra.
But anyway, that was one of the old legends of Mr. Poop Pants. And I think I cleaned that one up too. So oh God, stop it, Fugly. Magic is awful.
Magic is awful. How awful is it?
Oh God Almighty.
We're number one with number two.
He's the back. But
just so you're saying we're one of those minstrel horse shows, and I'm the ass. You're the talking head. All right, I'll accept that.
Come on, we're gonna be a pantomime horse. I'll play the front. You just be yourself. Anyway, I got a couple of ideas for my next couple of shows of Radio Grognard here. I thought
fire away, man.
Well, first one I was going to do 3 levels of clues. I don't want to talk about that because that's maybe later. But I wrote. See, what happens is if I get an idea, I will write a few words on a Post-it and just leave it there, and then I go back later and go, okay, what the hell did I write? Because they're supposed to be brain triggers. I wrote cohesive party. And here's a tale I'll probably tell in the show. But have you ever had a game group where it just couldn't come together?
Yes.
And possible ways to fix that.
See, yes. my experience with the game group that just won't come together is it's usually, this isn't to all exclusion, I'm just going to say it right now, but it's usually due to 1, maybe 2 people that if they were removed like a cancerous tumor, everything else would go smoothly. So one
of those, huh?
Yeah, and it's usually that's a painful operation to have to do, and you got to do it with without alcohol, without anesthesia, and
especially without alcohol. Hello,
yeah,
tabletop.
and it's never fun for anyone. So
Yeah.
I've actually preferred as an adult that really happens. It happens a lot with those teenage and college years,
And their
and
stupid dog too.
yeah, but we found it easier to just dissolve the group, saying, "Hey, you know what? The schedule isn't working," and you just cancel the next session, and it's
Right.
over and done with. And then you reform the group with the people
You
missing
want.
that you didn't want in it in the first place, and then that usually
Well,
works.
yeah, that's not exactly what I was talking about, but I like that analogy. That sort of links into what we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Um, but what I meant was like you just don't have all the bases covered, and you're playing a game. See, I Gangbusters did it for me. It Gangbusters, and it offered the solution too for me. And what I like about Gangbusters is the solution happens whether I want it to happen or not. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Say I got a player, say I got 6 players at the table. And what I try to do on my end is to keep them kind of focused in the same area, as in, okay, you're all private eyes, you're all law enforcement, or you guys are FBI agents, you're a newspaper man, you're a private eye, this, that, and the, I at least try to get them on the same side of the law,
Right.
because I've
Yeah.
tried to play it before with like some gangsters, some, it doesn't work, but that's another story. But it turns out that I got 6 people. They tend to break off in groups of 2s and 3s. Now, here this goes back to the D&D don't split the party thing.
Right.
I'm finding out now, even for other games, you can split the party if you do it smartly. It just seems in Gangbusters, the 2 FBI agents will go off and check, and I'd have different things they could go check on.
Okay.
And party cohesion doesn't seem to be as much, because I know I can always get them back in at the climax of, and the action basically. I
Right.
just hate to have 2 people go off. We're doing that. We're role playing. Some action happens, and the other 4 people are sitting there going, okay. So what that game has taught me is to focus, 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 focus. Just keep going around.
Right.
And if you got, players like 2 or 3 characters doing one thing and a couple more doing another, I can handle those now. Because here's the thing with something like that game, and this can apply to other games too, but mostly pretty much the Gangbusters, you all got to have kind of the same goal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or at least have an incident that they can work from different angles. If you have one incident and it's a mystery, because to me, all games are mysteries because you're trying to find out stuff.
Okay. Fair enough.
You got to work on that, whatever central problem is. They can work on it from different angles, which is what I like. That I can work with. You go to the pool hall and talk to your contact. You go over to the police station and talk to the sergeant you used to work for. That kind of thing. They're having there's going to be a big diamond coming in for a display at the museum. You two go get the story, that kind of thing. And all that could be all related to the same thing. So that's why I say party cohesion is important, but you can, what am I trying to say? You can handle it. I can handle it. It's taught me how to handle it. Let me put it that way.
But that's not. I mean, they're all working toward the same goal.
Right. That's the
Yeah,
whole. That's the
that's
key.
the whole. That's the whole thing. Like, now, I was in a game group where we had an issue in of the party goals,
Uh-huh.
and the most of the party like to think out the situation, plan tactically,
Most.
and have at it. And the one that was the long distance sniper, who was never or rarely directly involved in combat, always wanted to get into combat, and everything was about. And they wanted to. We were moving too slowly. They were demanding to take the lead, and it was literally a situation where the DM said, "You know what? The play styles are not matching.
Mhm.
Uh,
That's another
maybe
problem.
I gotta move somebody to a different group," because it was frustrating a lot of the other players, myself included. The person was a very nice person. On a
Mhm.
personal level, they're a great guy. On a gaming level, we're probably not compatible. It's kind of, gaming is a relationship. All right. And you'll find this out, folks, at conventions. You'll sit down at a table and you're gonna see if there is somebody who has a very strong personality trying to take control. You're going to see pushback often, or just a party that goes along with it. But usually you get pushback. I find that at conventions, I just want to be part of the crowd and let the majority rule. I'm there to have a good time. I'm not there to take the lead. In your home group, you may have a natural leader, or your group may, be toward that consensus ruling, like everything has to be by, we'll figure it out. But we were getting to the point where it's like we were telling one player character, yeah,
Mhm.
you go your way, we're going ours, and there was no way to reconcile that. That wasn't going to be splitting
That's
the party. That was literally going to mean splitting the group, and that's,
yeah.
it was awkward. The
Yeah.
sniper had the no. See, Fugly, the sniper had the right character because, and by the way, Fugly, they were a ranger in AD&D, so they had the extra hit die. They were a hit point powerhouse, but they were specialized in bows, and for them, everything was, I'm not getting in combat. Whereas my poor priest was often swinging their mace. So I wanted to play a bit more tactically. This individual wanted a lot more action. Um, Goals were not compatible. All right, and that's the other thing too. And with this, it's what are the goals, not of the player characters, of the
Mhm.
players.
Yeah.
You know, my goal when I play in a game session is just to have a good time. However that works out, that's my goal. Some people just want to be in constant combat. Some people need to be in charge. Some people want to role play out every fucking account. Oh, it's a carrion crawler. I'm going to offer it food from my backpack and let me see.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, Listen, everybody has their own style, but you're going to find there comes a time when you may have a table where one person's style does not conform to the rest, and that's never fun. It's stressful.
It happens though.
Man, talk
Not,
about disaster.
fortunately, not too often.
Well, more free time. Talk about first world problems. More free time than you expected. How terrible. Yeah, I know.
I missed that one over my
He was
head.
he's back in the stream. He goes, I appear to be a bit behind in the stream. Just a wee bit. We love you
Well, just
anyway.
yeah. If you, that's fine, you can be behind the screen. Just aim, okay?
Don't cross the streams, Glenn. Don't cross
Aim.
the
You know. We aim to please. Please keep your aim straight.
There you go.
But
This is a TP. This is a TP for your PP, not a wigwam to beat your tom tom.
sci-fi CSI would be great. Yeah, I think so. I wrote a character for that I never got to play as Mutants and Masterminds. We were going to do CSI Supers, and I had a super strong brick, who was part of the police department.
Okay.
Yeah. Good night, Dave.
Be good, Dave.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I want to. I mean, yeah, Gangbusters really taught. I mean, running this for 5-6 years, it's like, why am I not using this idea for my other games too? You know, when they say they want to go this way and that way, let them. Let them. It always splits off the same way. Maybe because maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm lucky I got like the perfect players all the time. I don't know. You know, that's why I like it more at a con where I have to deal with whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever shows up at the table.
Well, see, like at a convention, I'm more apt to let the party split in my home group. But at a convention, I'll be like, do you really want to split the group? Because remember, too, at a convention, you got a time limit. And at a convention, you have other players that are going to be having downtime in the middle of the game because you're splitting between 2 or 3 distinct groups. I get antsy when it comes to splitting the party at a convention. So just my advice as a GM, a convention GM to convention players, think twice and then a third time before splitting the party at a convention. You know,
well, I also try and make sure if they're going to split that there's at least one little bit of plot in everything that each group does to make it link together. Even if it's minor, give them impetus to be at the right place at the right time, basically.
Right. You know, it's just that, you know, again, splitting a group require it less gets accomplished in more time, leaving you less time. It isn't. Convention play often is a time management.
It can be.
You know, so
see, I have no problem not finishing a game at a con, whether I'm a player or a GM.
Okay.
You know, I try not to do it as a GM because, you know, that kind of ticks off the players. But I've done that before. I've had a 6-hour slot that I filled in an hour and a half. The game was an hour and a half.
Right.
I think it was two hours, maybe 2 hours. It just that's the way it worked out, and I've been feeling guilty about it ever since. But that's a learning thing. That was my learning thing. You know.
I mean, that's why for me, if I'm running a game at a smaller convention like ShireCon, I ask for a 3-hour time slot. I know there are 4-hour slots and 3-hour slots. Give me a 3-hour slot. I'll hit the post. If I'm running a 4-hour time slot, I'm in my mind going, I need to hit 3 hours and 15, and then we can do a wrap up and people can
that kind of thing.
You know, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do in a convention game is run to that very last minute, and then people are walking away from your table before you're even finished. You know, that's just bad time management. You know,
yeah. And there was and also when people are in the conventions, that's not so much North Texas as the other ones of when people are paying to be at your table.
Yes,
that has something to do with it too.
Right, and you got to remember too that people are coming most of the time. Most of these conventions, somebody is going to be using your table when you're done, and they're looking to set up. They're hoping to get 5-10 minutes of time in before they need to. Everybody's due at their table is set up whatever. character sheets, put out papers, and you are there not getting up. I've had it where I've had to ask somebody, "Hey, listen, are you guys going to be done soon? Because it's 5 minutes before the hour." Oh, what? You need the table? Yeah, I'm running a game. Oh, I guess we'll have to end it here unfinished.
Yeah, I've had that too.
That's so fucking rude, folks. Just
I've
make
been.
the fucking
It
time.
is. It is. I've run short too many times. That's why now, like at least Gangbusters, we spend the first hour making characters.
There you go.
No more of these pre-gen stuff. And it's like I said, you pick a game system where it's kind of easy to make characters. Faster they go, the faster you get started.
Yeah. So, Fukley, yeah, 4 hours are
Yeah,
old.
I've done the
And
4 hour thing before.
but
Usually,
I run Swords of Witchery Light or the equivalent, and those games run they're very quick paced. So 3 hours, I can usually finish in about 2.5, 2:40. You give me a 4 hour slot, I'll stretch it out to about 3:15.
yeah, 4 hours good. I think North Texas is 5 as a standard.
I don't know. I think it's 4, but you can do whatever you just ask them whatever you want. 5 is a bit long.
I don't know. I have to look. I think you're probably right. 4.
Yeah, I think
I haven't submitted. I'll look when I submit something. As soon as I get something to submit, I will check on that. But yeah, it's a pacing thing. I mean, when you're in a regular group that plays every week or every other, whatever, regularly, when you have a regular group, you can pace a lot easier than if you're just running at conventions.
Yeah.
Conventions, every game is going to be different because the people there are going to be different, with a few exceptions, like Gage always gets in my game, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's going to be, it's all, but I'll tell you, it keeps you on your toes a lot better than your regular group will.
Oh God, here, folks. I'll put my cards on the table, or my coins, such as it is.
Ho ho ho!
Ho ho ho. I get a little stage fright before running a game for a convention. I get a little bit of is it going to be a good game? Are they going to have fun? I even do have I prepped enough? And I can guarantee you I haven't. I do minimal prep because I like to improv, and a good group.
Yep.
I will, if I have a strong group, and a strong group doesn't mean experienced group, but if I have a strong group of people that are invested in having a good time, the table is going to have an amazing time with me. If I have people that at the table that are just there to fill seats, and I got to bring it out of them, it's probably not going to be as fulfilling for everybody.
I will give you a tip.
Yeah.
I will give you a tip about convention games or any game like that. Now, I don't know this. I'm not going to say it's going to be wasted on you because you have stage fright before each game, but and I'm mostly talking about the NPCs here. The sooner you can get in the player or the character's face with at least one larger than life NPC, the easier it's going to go.
I can see that
because I've seen so many players. I get up there, I start running. I'm running a mob boss and stuff like this, and doing the thing and doing the shtick, and then I can see in there. I was like, "Oh, it's that way. Okay, fine." And what I love is when the players match my energy. And to me, that's like magical. That's and if you got a table full of these guys, it may get a little crazy, but it's never going to be boring. And that's what you don't want is boring, right?
No. You want people to have a good time and have some good memories. Mm-hmm. Even your home group. But when you're running a game for your campaign, or session for your campaign, your home group, you can get that. You can build upon it, right? You're building a foundation. You're laying the bricks. You're putting on the little touches and all that stuff. Occasionally your players come through and they knock all the shit down. They break a few things. You put it back together. But at a convention, you've got one opportunity
One shot.
to give them the people at your table a good time. So I'm fully of the mindset of if they think of something and it sounds like it's going to be fun, roll with it. Roll with it. I had a player at Page that wanted to know. I was describing some of the smells in the dungeon, and he's like, "Well, I'm a halfling, right? I mean, do I have a better sense of smell? Because we're obsessed with food and everything." I was like, maybe halflings should have like dwarven sense for like sloping passages, but for identifying food and sense of cooking. And I said, you know what? We'll run with this. We'll play with it. And the players had a fucking blast with it. But that's because they thought of it. It was organic.
Yeah. If I can get one player to match me, I can usually get the rest of the table. This is one of the reasons why I have Gage at my games, that as many as I can get him, because he will match my energy.
Oh, okay.
And the other people go, oh, okay, we want to do this. And Tabletop Taproom is absolutely right. It's the actor loving the players matching your energy. Yes, one of my favorite shows to do is where the whole cast is on point at that energy and going. And it's the same way at a game table for me.
Well, there you go.
Because they're having a good time, I'm having a good time. And
Right.
and in case you hadn't heard it before, everybody at the table should have a good time, including you as the GM.
Gosh darn
Anyway, nose of sense potatoes. I'm trying to decipher that. Help me out, Eric.
I
don't know. I'm a little thick tonight. Sorry.
Are you talking like Rob Conley here, as the Rob Conley, the Russet Lord? I think it's an in joke with Fugly.
Well, in my fantasy games, I always think of the god Potatoes, who's the god of agriculture. Hell, he's got a statue in one of my game worlds. It's a Mr. Potato Head in a Roman toga.
Oh God!
But anyway, yeah, that's like I said. If you the faster you can get that energy going at the table at a convention, the better off you'll be. As a matter of fact, even if you run short, they're not going to care because they're having a good time, And I want to get to the point now where I can go as long as I can. I want to, where if I am short, I can go break 10, 15 minutes, come back. All right, let's keep going.
Right.
I had a Mutant Future game where little less than halfway through the game, the main bad guy was killed. And we still kept going. It was in a swamp. The main bad guy got killed, but the minions didn't get the memo. And so they were the characters were in a swamp buggy, and they had these motorboats, these jet motorboats that they were chasing after them with. And we had a heck of a good time, with that chase and all that kind of stuff. It was fun. And like I said, they killed the bad guy. End of adventure. I don't think so. Not this time. Glenn, really, when was the last time you were short? I don't know. I'm 6'6", but I'm. Well, if he's looking for the joke, if he's looking for something serious, 2 years ago, I ran a gangbusters game. I ran an hour and a half because it's not that I ran out of material because I didn't have material to run out of. I had a premise that I was using, and the climax came upon me so fast. I ran it, and they had a good time, and it was like, holy crap. Okay. And everybody's going, yeah, great game, great game. Even today, Jason, I bring it up with Jason because he was there. I was like, no, that was a great game. You were great. That was a lot of fun. I said, really? Okay, I'll take your word for it. That's the last time I was short. But I remembered that, and I try to use it, to learn.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
When's the last time you were short?
I'm never short. I'm always just right. See, I always have the plan of if my players accomplish what they need to accomplish quickly, and they did that in the last thing I ran. But we ended just after the 3-hour mark for a 4-hour slot, which to me is fine. That's fine. But I had it at ShireCon one year where the players bullied their way through in a 3-hour time slot, and they finished it in just under 2 hours. And I said, all right. I didn't let them know that they finished. I go, yeah, take a 5-minute break. I go, use the bathroom. I went, use the bathroom, came back and said, all right. So as you finish searching the big bad evil guys, the final room, that room, yeah, you find behind the rug hanging on the wall, there is a concealed door. And then you just add a little bit extra. It works. Right. You don't. The tricks that you need to use at a convention are not necessarily the same ones you use in your home campaign.
That's true.
Your home campaign has its own pacing and its own expectations. And when you're running a convention game, nothing exists until you've placed it into the game.
That's something with every game, but especially at a convention game.
There's this whole thing with your home campaign of the, well, it was a part of the adventure. Right. Is this? I understand the argument's fine, but for a convention game, nothing exists until the party encounters it. So let it make fun. Let it be fun. Let it be exciting. Convention games should be a little over the top, my opinion.
The reason I fly by the seat of my pants a lot, and you should prep for that, people, because I forget who said that. One of the YouTube videos, I think it may have not Baron Garab, it might have been Professor Dungeon Master, said, remember, 1, you're the only one who knows exactly what's going on everywhere.
Right.
And 2, nothing happens until you tell them it happens and you play it out. And I was like, yeah, okay. That's why when I prep, it's like so many hours of prep. And I just go, at one point I go, okay, that's enough. I got the basic beats, and I got these stats here. I can fly with this. It's all in knowing what you can use. How much do you need and what you can use?
Dandelion.
How do you what?
Well, first off, Dandelion, yes, and I think we'll be on 2 Mondays from now because
well, we haven't set that up yet, but
likely because I'll be at TotalCon, so that Friday, so we'll probably bounce it to Monday. So
yeah, I'll look at my schedule. I'm sure. Okay. How do you prep for flying? Simple. You have enough stuff with you that you can, I'm not going to say ad lib, but okay, I have a town here with these NPCs. I have a forest here with 1 or 2 monsters. I have, you're doing the basics, basically. Okay. And, you're
going to be able to improv.
Keep a good monster book by your side and you're good.
Yeah. The secret is if you are strong with the ability to improv, you can run, and I've had to do that where,
That's
hey,
right,
I'm
Dandelion.
running a game. It's like, oh shit, oh, nobody showed up for our game session at the hobby store. I'm running it. All right, yeah, everybody, give me 10 minutes. And I usually, if I'm going to a convention, I try to travel with okay, like Inkwell Designs side quest series, because that way, if I have absolutely nothing in my mind, I can pull out a card or two. It's got a map on one side. It's got a something to talk. It has your hint of what you're looking at there, and I go through and I find one that fits what I want or two, and then figure out which one really speaks to me, and I improv it from there. Make a
And
few notes. I'm
yeah,
ready to go.
a few bullet points, you're ready to go. And go, you know, and I would beforehand go online and say go on like Dyson's site or somewhere else and grab a couple, three small blank maps for dungeon maps. Just to have, I have what I call hip pocket adventures in my rule cyclopedia in there. I've got the Menser dungeon in there. I've got a one-page dungeon that I carry around with about a lizard men taking over a monastery. And those are a couple of my hip pocket adventures. I've run those so many times I can do it. You know, I can, you know, whatever they throw at me, and whatever they throw at me, I listen.
Right.
You got to listen to your players. I never know when a player's going to say something. I'm going to go ding.
Ding, that I like
Idea.
that idea. Gonna
Let's
work
go.
on that one.
Yeah.
I will say this. This is just improv works better at lower levels.
It does. I'll give you that. I'll give you
know,
that.
as your players get higher in level, because improv, yeah, I know all the stats of the low level creatures, at least close enough. I don't need a monster book. I can just pull that shit out of my ass. But higher level stuff starts becoming a little bit more wonky.
And you start learning whatever rule set is your favorite. You start learning what's the benchmark, what's the average on stuff, what's the average I don't know, damage of a monster, or what's an average hit point of a goblin, or something like that. If you stab, once again, I'm going to harp on benchmarks again. I can go into D&D and say, okay, the average stat for a normal person would be 10. I call it 10. You could probably push it back a bit, but I say 10. So when I run up stats, write up stats for NPCs, I just write the prominent ones. He's got an 18 strength and a 14 con. Everything else is 10.
Yeah.
And I can run with that. I learned that from Savage Worlds.
Yeah. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
You certainly can. So that's the kind of stuff you should just have. And if you don't, well, get it. That's what prep is for. So I could do something like that and prep in less than an hour and have something. I mean, you've been at the conventions where you're sitting around going, "Hey, you can run this? Yeah, give me an hour."
Yeah.
You know, how many times have you run the Mount of Doom?
Oh my God. And I ran it differently every time. Heck, even when I ran Kegel Manor, I didn't go by the book. Mm-hmm. I just went by the map and said, what do I think is going to make a good fun house for first level characters? Yeah, Standalone. Inkwell puts out some great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Decks of random dungeons, buildings, overland maps with a bit of story starter on them. They are great when the PCs go off map. Very portable. I love his stuff. Joe Etzel is he is something that this community really, really doesn't thank enough. So Joe,
thank you.
Back to you. Thank you. Also, hexographer, worldographer.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some great mapping programs out
Good
there.
stuff there. And what really cranks me up is when, see, I like simple stories. I like simple adventure plots or plot hooks, whatever you want to call them, because it's easy because I'm a simple guy. It's easy for me to follow. But they say no game ever survives being at the table. No adventure you plan never survives the player characters, which I think is a good thing because I'll do this simple stuff. I'll do the simple stuff, and all of a sudden, we're making it's they're complicating it in a good way. They'll come up
Right.
with something. I'll go, yeah, let's do that. And then it leads to something else. What could happen here? Okay, fine, we'll do that. And I say that, and then they'll say something else. Okay, it's going over here. As long as I know where the, you know, end point is, I don't care how they get to it. This is the problem. Basically, I'm saying to the guys, this is the problem. Come up with a solution. That's their job, right? I'm
Yeah.
not telling them where to go or what to do. Do it. Yeah. And fun stuff. Simple is better. It is.
Yeah. Because you can mash it and mix it and twist it. When you twist an adventure like Ravenloft too much, it falls apart.
The last thing I want to do when I'm behind the screen is trying to juggle 3 or 4 plot points at the same time.
Yeah.
Because to me, it should all converge into one at the end, no matter how they get there. And maybe I'm lucky, I don't know, but it works out for me. I am totally against railroading. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do the way I do it.
All right.
But at the same time, I realize there needs to be a certain amount of direction.
Right. A plethora of endless directions is a plethora of indecision.
Yeah. It's a 38 special. It's a 38 special game. Hold on loosely, but don't let go.
Oh, okay.
You're hanging on to the ring. They're leading you there, and it's like having a big old like pit bull and stuff who wants to go over here. Dogs that are leading you over somewhere.
Right. Okay.
It's the same thing, but hey, I'm having fun doing this. I don't know where the hell we're gonna go with this. Wow.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like when I told my group at Page, I said, "Listen, just so you all know, I had a blast running this session, and if the DM is having a blast running the session, it's because the players are having a blast playing it. You feed off each other."
Yes, that's the thing. This is the kind of thing that like Monopoly players don't understand.
Oh, come on. Free parking. I want my free
People
parking.
say, why can't you get people get into role playing games more? Is that because nobody wants to write a 3-page backstory for the shoe in Monopoly?
There was an old woman who lived in the shoe. She had so many children.
It doesn't matter
It doesn't matter
if the hat used to be royalty. It doesn't matter if the race car was unloved as a child. It doesn't matter. That's what these kind of people want out of a game. They just want to play. They just want to play the board with the piece, that kind of, or play with the cards or whatever. That's fine. I mean, we have a whole subsection of fantasy fandom in like Magic the Gathering and things like that. So, go for it.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to find out what fits you. And listen, not everybody is or should be playing RPGs. There are some that just don't.
Depends on how involved you want to be in a hobby. A hobby.
You know,
Any hobby.
I'm just, there's, it's like, oh, it's too much commitment to me. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But also, unless you are in a group that is run by a professional, please don't start playing RPGs because you want to use it as your therapy session.
That never
Uh,
works.
It never
Never
works. Your fellow players are not your therapist.
I mean, maybe in your head, but keep it there.
Yeah.
You're,
Don't tell us that you're using it for your therapy session.
yeah.
We don't want to know.
Get your own benefit out of it. We don't need to know.
Right. Wow.
Thing.
So, Glenn, I think that we may have reached our natural Zen moment here.
Natural selection.
Zen. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Glenn and I have put a lot of energy into this, and we
Oh yeah, and I got a lot of energy to put out still. Here's all my gangbusters stuff I have to work on.
Gangbusters. Bust your,
so yeah,
bust
I should have something within the week that I can put up for Gary. Excuse me. Hiccups. But anyway, yeah, I think we've yacked at you people enough.
So
don't want to get wound up on stuff.
Yeah, so folks, just so you know, Glenn and I will owe you an afternoon this week, probably. Maybe Mike too, whatever.
Okay, I didn't know that, but that's okay.
Well, Glenn, if you'd like to, you don't have to come.
No, I know.
I'm doing the afternoon. We got.
Tomorrow I got a doctor's appointment, and
we got a vet appointment tomorrow.
Friday I got another funeral to go to.
We'll do it Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
I'll let you. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Whatever suits
you. And folks, now you'll be able to watch this on Glenn's YouTube channel too. So it's not just here at 7. We're trying to make sure the more of you, the better. Bring you all in.
Dandelion, when are the Gangbuster games going to be running? Well, I will be running one at least. Last year I ran 3. Because I was a glutton for punishment for some reason. Fortunately, that was a game I ran before, so I had all the notes and stuff, and I could fly above the seat of my pants. I haven't posted anything yet. If we can get Mark Hunt to come, the guy who wrote Gangbusters BX, he will be running that. So we're looking at least 1 to 2. Gets the reruns right. So don't worry your little head. I will have that up like within a week or so. Mark also runs Tall Tales, which is his BX version of a Western, which is a good game, which is a really good game.
And folks, just so you all know, North Texas has sold at least 480 badges. The cutoff at like 500 is a manual cutoff, so sometimes you can sneak in just over the wire. If they cut off the badges, it doesn't mean that it's a total sellout. You can still walk up.
Yeah, walk up the day.
But that means you won't be able to pre-register for games. So,
any kind of veteran gamer, you should never worry about that. You walk up to the table. Hey, you got a spot for me?
No, I know.
Yes or no?
Just saying. Giving fair warning, right? Isn't that what they say in an auction? Fair warning. Fair warning. We're giving a fair warning that it is almost the pre-sale of tickets is almost done, and that's going to be before the end of February, guaranteed. Could be by Valentine's Day. So,
by the way, did you? I told you that story about Gage and pre-reg. Not pre-reg, but how he wouldn't walk up to a table and ask if he could play.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, I couldn't get into that game. Well, we'll go up there anyway. Maybe they'll let you in. Yeah. He said, no, I can't do that. That'd be rude.
Listen, my opinion is ask. If you can ask,
nobody thinks any less of you. It's either a yes or a no.
Listen,
And I finally got him to do that. And he started, oh, okay, because he'd go with me. And like,
right,
what, there was a Hyperborea game Jeff Talanian was running.
right.
And I think he was registered, but I wasn't. And I was there, say, hey, can I get in? He said, sure, come on in. You know, that's the way they are.
And folks, I've had people approach me at cons and go, hey, you're running a game later today. Do you have extra seats? And they were asking, you already know that you're sold out. I always tell them, listen, I stand, so my seat's available, and if they're as long as people can fit at the table, I have no problem. Okay. Now, I will say this: if it's a game that requires paid seating, there are some special convention events at conventions that people paid extra for a seat
Great old ones.
at that table. Yeah, I'm not going to like allow walk-ups. I can't. People paid for the privilege to the con, but if I'm running a game for the con, yeah, I'll find a seat if I can.
Well, you see, that's the problem with like North Texas, because some of the seats are paid.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the pre-sales. That's different. I'm talking about conventions where it's a charity event. You're paying.
Oh yeah,
$100.
Special event you're talking about.
You're not walking up to a game like that.
Right.
Just throwing it out there. So
yeah,
but you made it just in time for us to say goodnight.
9 times out of 10, like I said, they let you in. Great. If they don't, well, no hard feelings. Maybe you can catch them in another game down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever turned anybody away. Have you?
I try not to, man. I've only turned people away when the table's been full, literally full. I've already, you got a table like at smaller cons at like ShireCon. If I got 8 seats plus mine, so it's 9 seats, I'm probably full.
And if you're popular, if you got enough people who have to turn away, you're probably going to decide to run it again later on in the con. That's what I'd say. That's why I say, look, I ain't got room here, but I'm going to be running this thing tomorrow. If you want to come by.
Yeah. All I can say, it doesn't hurt to ask, folks. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
And yes, there's usually a sign-up board for open games.
That's
There's always
right.
one at North Texas. So
if somebody wants to run something, they write it up, put it on the board, they sign a table, you go.
Yeah. So, folks, on that note, there will be a live stream either Wednesday or Thursday afternoon, 1 p.m. We'll let you guys know on social media probably tomorrow.
1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon. 12 noon in that Centralist time. And like 10 a.m. in that Pacific Coast time.
It's 10 o'clock Pacific.
Yes. So, regular live streams are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There'll be live streams Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night at 8. Okay, how about that? All right, folks. As usual, like, subscribe, comment. What's the deal. Thank you all, man. With great turnout, we really appreciate it.
Don't forget Deco's Hammer and Radio Grognard. There.
Yeah.
Got my plugs in.
Gosh darn it. Watch on Glen's channel too. Give him the views. Give him the subs. If you're watching on my channel, what's your channel on YouTube?
I get subs?
Yeah.
Glenn Hallstrom or Old Man Grognard, one of those.
Glenn Hallstrom or Old Man Grognard, look it up. I don't know what it is. Glenn doesn't know what it is. Find it, subscribe.
What the hey?
What the hey?